2014 Dodge Ram 1500. We almost at 160,000 plus miles, guys. You guys see this, right? You have zero lights on. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. This truck right now, to most people, might be like, oh my God, the miles is too high. He must be having a ton of issues. So I want to show you guys real quick. I got the truck running. So I'm pop the hood just to show you guys how quiet she is. And one of my biggest tip I want to share with you guys for my guys who got 2014 Ram, 4th generation Ram. You guys hear how quiet, super quiet. Do got to get her cleaned up. Don't worry about that. Own a 2014 Ram 1500, or you plan on buying one with a high mileage over 100 and something thousand plus miles. This video right here I'm going to be making is for you guys. I'm going to try to be 100% honest with you guys with everything, what I know and what I do with this truck behind me. And I want to share some tips with you guys because there's a lot of stuff on the internet about these trucks, especially the 4th generation Dodge Ram. A lot of things I'm telling you guys, and this is normally not good stuff. So with my experience, I just want to be as real as possible. I'm going to talk about the good things and the bad things about this truck that I experienced so far. Way before I even got this truck, I remember doing my research where there was a lot of people that talk about these 2014 Dodge Ram, 4th generation Ram, about having a ton of issue, right? Now, I just show you guys 159, almost at 160,000 plus miles. I drove about almost 2 hours back to back with this truck right here. Zero issue. And it's all because of one thing. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video today. We are talking about my high mileage Ram and everything I want to be able to share with you guys about this truck, right? That I feel like there's always something I never seen. There's always like a lot of bad things than good things about these trucks. The only good things that I've heard about these trucks is the fact that, in my personal opinion, a lot of people say, yeah, they look good, this and that, but most of the bad things is that they give you a ton of problems. But that's exactly why I'm making this video, because I own a 2014 Dodge Ram and has a high mileage on there. We are going up in miles. Crazy to see how much miles I'm climbing up on this thing because I drive the truck every day. That's what it's for. It's my daily driver. So with that being said, guys, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So we're going to touch up on maintenance, common issue, and simple upgrades, right? So before I get into talking about any of those stuff, right, if you guys new here, this truck has a few bolt-on stuff, nothing crazy, still a stock truck. And the only thing I'll say that is really major with this truck is the fact that it's running 93 and also have a custom tune done to it. So from my knowledge, right, I'm not even going to try to do a lot of editing with this video today because I wanted to be as real as possible, not to try to cover up anything. So if you look into buying yourself one of these trucks, this is what I can tell you, right? Doesn't matter high mileage, low mileage, whatever. I'm going to start with the issue that I experienced so far. And I bought this truck. When I bought this truck had about 110-ish around there miles on it. Crazy to think, and we at 159. I'll say 160 so far. So one of the most common things that I experienced with this truck when I got it, this was like probably at least a couple months into me owning this truck. Good thing I had warranty on the truck. The torque converter went out on this truck, and I had to get it replaced. So I'm not saying that you're gonna have that issue, but you are most likely gonna have something like that because number one, this truck has a 6-speed transmission, does not have an 8-speed, has a 6-speed. So got the torque converter replaced on it. That was like one of my major repair on this truck since I got it. Apart from that, I had like little issue and things like that. I had my water pump went out I had radiator went out. And then I had to do regular maintenance things such as brake pads and stuff like that. So far as anything, like I'm saying, those are like the only out of the 2 year I own this truck. Those are like the 4 things that I had to experience with this truck. Within me going to my, I think I probably hit 2 years, 2 years and a couple months. But those are the 4 things I had to do right now. From what people say, what I've seen on the internet is the fact that the transmission in these trucks are not the best, which is, I personally cannot say is the truth, but some part of it is, because I think that it depends though. If you have a 6-speed transmission or if you have an 8-speed transmission, there's a lot of things that go in the factor of why 9 times out of 10 these trucks end up having transmission issue. Now, my truck has a 6-speed. It doesn't have an 8-speed, as you guys can see. She is still running good. 0 issue with the transmission. And what I could say is, one of the biggest thing I feel like play a huge factor is the fact that it all depends on if you are towing heavy. If you tow with your truck and you have, let's say you have a 6-speed or 8-speed transmission, and I'm saying you doing some real like steady work, 9 times out of 10, I think you might experience transmission issue and things like that, depending on your miles. But there's still a lot of things to really put in the factor how you're driving a vehicle day to day and things like that. Now, the truck has high mileage. I don't tow. Maybe I put stuff in the bed every now and then, but it's not anything crazy, like not any kind of crazy tone and things like that to where I'm having any kind of issue. That's like one of the number one thing I've seen about this truck. These 2014 Ram transmission issue, a lot of people complain about that. And another thing is, we're going to pop the hood for you guys real quick, right? I'm going to touch up on. Another major thing is, we all know the famous Hemi tick or the exhaust manifold bolt. Now, thankfully, my truck has not got to that point yet, but we are going to be, replacing that pretty soon. But those are like the common things that normally would happen with any Hemi at the end of the day. Far from like, for the 4th generation, I'll just say like the exhaust manifold bolt thing, where sometimes they crack or break and stuff like that. Now, to be real completely honest with you guys, the only thing I touch up on that I say I experienced with this truck, apart from what everybody be saying on the internet about them being unreliable and things like that, I had to replace my torque converter. When I first got the truck, I had to replace the radiator, water pump, but those 2 things are common anyway. It's not nothing major, but a lot of people talk shit about these trucks, but you got to understand, you have to experience. Get a truck. I'll say if you're going to buy one of these trucks, make sure, just do your homework, check the history, ownership history with maintenance and things like that, because that's like the number one thing. Because I feel like a lot of people sometimes mistake a lot of things, because it does come down to the owner. Because I personally feel like, because my truck right now has a high mileage, right? And there could be another truck out there with way less miles than my truck that could be having all the issue that people complain about with these trucks. My truck right now don't have none of them issues. It just goes to show that owner, the way you drive your vehicle, how you treat your vehicle, all of those things really does matter. So we're going to stop talking about the maintenance part. Now let's get into mods. Mods, if you have a 4th generation Ram, or if you got a Ram in general, what I personally believe that is a must-have, right? So, number one thing, if you buy yourself one of these trucks, I would highly recommend, please, it's not cheap, but it's worth it. Get a custom tune. I would say that should be the first thing I would do before getting a core air intake. Man, y'all got to see my core air intake on here, man. It's crazy. I've been having this stuff on for about maybe almost a year, probably 2 years, close to 2 years. Because when I put it on there when I first got the truck, we definitely got to clean this thing because she is super dirty. Good thing this is the one that you can clean easily. But a custom tune, the reason why I recommend this, the first thing you do to a truck like this, because if you looking for like instant, I wouldn't say instant speed, but you want your truck to be very, very responsive without you doing that BS throttle commander that a lot of people try to still put on these Ram trucks and stuff. I don't know why. Get a custom tune. Trust and believe. You're going to get the instant throttle response. Also, you're going to add some horsepower to your truck. Your truck going to feel much more like a truck. You're not going to have like that lag and stuff like that you normally would have with these trucks. And I'm telling you guys, if you're going to get a custom tune, make sure you also run 93 on your truck. So cool air intake and a custom tune will be like my first two hand-to-hand mods, I'll say. And then now after that, now the next mod I would say that's like a hand-to-hand is for Hemi in general is the fact that you have to go with a good aftermarket exhaust system, right? Now, exhaust is expensive. You could do what I did. Go with a 5-inch exhaust tip, which I highly recommend. And then muffler delete, resonator delete. That might be, I feel like this is like a setup for most people who don't want to be like crazy loud. But for me, I like any car, anything with a V8, I gotta have it aggressively loud, because what's the point of you having a V8 if you're gonna have it super quiet? It really defeats the purpose, honestly. I feel like you gotta have that thing chopping super hard. Definitely recommend you go with some good aftermarket exhaust system, or you can just simply just save yourself some money. Muffler delete. I think I spent probably roughly $300-400 somewhere around there. Another mod that goes hand to hand with any kind of exhaust work you're doing, like getting an exhaust set up, you need some headers. And I always say this, you gotta get, I know it's super expensive, but you gotta add a custom camshaft. And I always say this, if you're gonna spend somewhere around, because it's not cheap when you plan on getting like your MDS system delete, you're gonna be probably spending somewhere around like $3 to $4 grand. If you're gonna be spending that much, bro, you gotta simply, I would say, find like the best, choppiest cam out there, like that will make your Hemi aggressive as hell, run good. I know there's a few of them out there. For me, the one I like the most, the sound that I like the most, I think it's the FRP Tomahawk. I think it's like 2.0 cam. I've heard on one of these trucks before. It sounds super nasty. If you're gonna be spending that much money, at that point, to be honest, F your neighbors, F your neighborhood. Go loud as possible. Only if you, like me, you like the aggressive sound. I just feel like it defeats the purpose for you to have a V8, and it's not that loud. But it's my recommendation for modification and things like that. Like simple, I wouldn't say simple, but where I would start off, now you could turn up the notch if you really want to. That's where things get real expensive. But just by everything I just named to you guys, that's like a good, you're probably going to be looking to gaining somewhere around like 100 plus horsepower with camshaft, headers, all the stuff, custom tune, depending. You definitely have a fun truck for you to drive. You ain't going to have nothing crazy, but it's going to be a fun truck for you to drive. But all I can say for the guys out there, you're looking to get yourself a high mileage. Ram is a good thing, but what really comes down to it doesn't matter on the year. To be honest, I feel like just look at the vehicle maintenance history. That normally will tell you if that vehicle is a good vehicle for you to buy, because it will show you if it's somebody who actually care about their vehicle and actually who actually owned a vehicle back in the past. They actually kept up with the maintenance. That's like a good vehicle for you to buy, and make sure obviously you do a test drive and things like that, just so you don't experience most of the issue a lot of people complain about on the internet. For me, I like to experience something myself. Then I'll tell you, hopefully you can experience it yourself, get your experience. Don't listen to what somebody else is telling you if you really haven't experienced it, because not 90% of the time you're not going to experience the same thing that they experience. There's a lot of guys out there that talk bad about these trucks, but they're just talking bad about these trucks because of the fact that a lot of people are saying stuff about them, negative things about them. But if you actually own one and take care of one and actually experience it, it's a lot different. And also, most importantly, make sure you run full synthetic. If you got one of these trucks, run full synthetic in your truck. That's exactly what I do with my truck. All my Rams I ever owned, I ran full synthetic. But that's enough of me yapping on. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe. Peace out.